Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Speaking, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is gonna be super tasty, but we'll find out together. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yam around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my varsity shirt with the VRSTY, because they didn't include an A. And I really like the design. It's very sort of reminiscent of Naruto with like the headbands and the the shuriken and stuff. Or these kunai. I think these are kunai. It's been a little bit since I was into the Naruto, but I do really like the band Varsity. I ran into them in the tail end of 2023. They were on tour with Nonpoint, Headpoint, Headpee, and Sumo Psycho. That's how you pronounce words. And I'd never heard of them before, but they just fucking blew me away. Like, as, not only as an opener, like, they did a fantastic job as an opener, but, like, the crowd was super into it. They were just putting on a hell of a show. And, by the end of the night, man, I was a dedicated fan. I was like, that's it. I'm super down with these guys. Really interesting blends of music. Like, it'd genuinely be hard for me to describe without embarrassing myself. But if you want to check them out, I actually have some videos of their performance that I attended that are on this channel, and if nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the proper direction for them as far as like some of their work and stuff, because I think these guys are really cool. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Well, it's a sub sandwich review. I went back to Jersey Mike's, one of my favorite sub places to go. And real quick, what with it being a sub sandwich review, I do have to preface it with three things real quick. Number one, for over 2 years now, I've been going on sub sandwich adventures. What that means is I've been going out to basically every place that sells subs, and I've been trying them out, reviewing them, posting them to YouTube. And I mean, we're talking chain locations, we're talking, proper delis, Walmart, whatever. If there's a sub sandwich, I'm reviewing it, I'm posting it to my channel for you fine folks to watch. That's where number two comes into play, though. Because not only am I posting it to YouTube, I'm such a nice guy that I went over there and I decided to go over there and come up with an entire playlist for my sub sandwich reviews called Subs for Subs. So if you like my sub sandwich reviews, first of all, thank you very much. Second of all, they're all there. They're all conveniently located in that one spot. At the time I'm doing this, I have over 100 sub sandwich reviews on there. And that's where number three kicks in. Because let's say that's not enough sub sandwich goodness. Let's say you're greedy and you need even more sub sandwich reviews. All you have to do is wait until Sunday. Why? Because Sunday is SUBday. That is the day when I go over there and I upload my sub sandwich reviews, so that hopefully you folks can take away from it whatever you take away from it. But anyway, yes, I did hop back out to Jersey Mike's. I just got through reviewing one of their secret menu items, which was their Surf and Turf sub, so go check that one out. This is just one of their standard menu items. This is the number 64, which is their Portobello mushroom and Swiss sub. Ooh. Consists of grilled portobello mushrooms, green bell peppers, onions on Swiss. And I got it on the rosemary parmesan bread. So let's take a look at it. I do so love mushrooms, so I'm very excited for this. Ooh. It's pretty sexy looking, folks. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We'll kind of see if we can get it to pop open a little bit, get a little bit more of a thing for the thing. Maybe. It doesn't really work very well. It looks like this. Ha 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 ha. Let's go ahead and try a meatless sub, because yeah, I like portobello mushrooms a lot. So that's good. Right off the bat, mushrooms taste great. Obviously, if you're going to have a mushroom sub, you got to make sure the mushrooms work. They need to be the highlight. The mushrooms on this are great. They're nice, they're tasty. They definitely got a lot of flavor out of them. You can taste the freshness. They've got that nice earthiness to them. Not everybody's into mushrooms. You know, they're very kind of, they're divisive. Two of my best friends can't stand mushrooms. They're just not a fan. And I don't know, maybe even one of my other best friends too. I don't know where he stands on mushrooms. But for me, I grew up loving mushrooms. My dad was a big mushroom fan. He used to go out hunting mushrooms during like the spring season and stuff. He'd have loved, well, I don't know if he would have loved it this year because it's been really rainy, which tends to be good for that stuff, but it's also been still really cold, so I don't know. But, so I grew up with a deep appreciation for mushrooms. And so it's been cool, you know, like when they have like these, you know, sometimes these meatless options, sometimes they'll use mushrooms as a substitute, and I personally am down for these. The bell peppers are great. I really like some green bell peppers, man. I know my friend Paul, he doesn't like green peppers. He expressed to me how much he hates them. But I love green peppers. I know some people don't like them because like they feel like they don't have a lot of flavor, but I don't know. I've always felt like they're really flavorful. I think they work really nicely with the mushrooms. The mushrooms are, you know, a little bit buttery, again, kind of earthy. The bell peppers, you know, they're sharper in their flavor. They add in kind of a freshness. And then, you know, you just got all this Swiss cheese going on, which I'm not a big Swiss cheese guy. But if you melt it, you put it with the right things, especially mushrooms, it's fantastic. I'm really into this. I like this a bunch. This is really good, man. Even the onions, they're nice, you know, they're grilled, so they got that caramelization thing going on. They're not, like, heavy on the rawness. I like this a bunch, man. I'm really into this. And I think the kind of, one of the nice things about it is that even though it is lacking the protein, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like that's missing from it, you know? The mushrooms are doing a good job being very hearty, very meaty in their own way. It doesn't feel like anything is missing from it. It's super tasty. It's got a nice mix of textures and flavors. It's just, I mean, I think it's fantastic. Genuinely. I mean, you know, Jersey Mike's, I haven't had a bad sub from Jersey Mike's. But, you know, some are better than others, obviously. For me, honestly, I would say that this is a bit of a standout. Not my favorite I've had from Jersey Mike's, but like, I'm really down with it. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Clearly, and yeah, kind of. For me, this hits in pretty much every way that I want it to hit. The mushrooms are on full display, and they're really good. Very, very tasty. And then, you know, the freshness of the rest of the veg, I think, is really nice. And then just that Swiss to go over there and just kind of bring it all together, you know, just kind of provide this delicious cheesy cocoon for all of the flavors. It's really good. It's really flavorful. It's very filling, very hearty. And as somebody who loves mushrooms, I think it does a great job. Now, if I'm recommending for other people, you gotta like mushrooms. That's the, you know, if you're not into mushrooms, you're not gonna like this. I don't think it's gonna be a turnaround moment for you. But I think if you are somebody who you do enjoy mushrooms, and, you know, maybe you are looking for a meatless option, I think this is a really good one. Genuinely. Like, some meatless options, you know, I've reviewed a bunch of stuff over the years on the show, you know, like meat alternatives and stuff. It's extremely hit or miss. This is an instance where they're not trying to do a meat substitute. They're just like, look, we've got this really tasty stuff. Let's put it on our goddamn sub sandwich, and let's have it work. And for me, I think it does. I think it's super tasty. I think all the flavors are really great. It's a really good sub, in my opinion. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly mushroom-tastic rest of your life. Not everybody likes mushrooms. I like mushrooms, and folks, I like you too. I mean, maybe. I don't know you personally, but I'm going to assume that you're good people because I like to think positively. Sure, I'll buy that. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You gotta try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal experience with mushrooms? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are you indifferent to them? Do you do any mushroom hunting of your own? That's like a fairly, I think it's like a fairly big thing over in like certain parts of Europe, I've heard. I know they do truffle hunting, but I think like foraging and stuff like that is also a big thing. I've never really, I went with my dad on a few occasions, to do some of the mushrooming, but I never, never got into the whole thing. I just didn't feel like walking around woods and stuff like that and, like 65-degree temperature while it was raining. Call me crazy, but I do appreciate the folks who take the time to cultivate this stuff and look for this stuff. You can find some incredible mushrooms out in the wild, but if you do, please make sure that you're, checking this stuff properly and everything. My dad had books and books on the stuff, and he would even consult with friends, so if you're going to do any of that stuff, just be careful, please. Anyway.